It's really practice, 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 practice. Um, and I will continue to do this. I will continue to learn until I become good. Because again, I say it's an opportunity to learn and grow. One day I'll kill this thing because I'll continue to learn. So I will come back here. Okay, sounds like now the sun flowing into YouTube. Before I got distracted by the message and everything, it was that I was saying the key thing to get that MCC thing in in 2025. Number one, set a date. You need a date. Get a date. Put a date. Number two, choose and find your mentor. Then partner with them. Partner with them. Make your strategy on that date. If you want it by, I don't know, April, by July, what does that mean in terms of practicing? When are you submitting the recording? When would you go for the performance evaluation? Booking that already. These are concrete things that tell your brain and your fan club and your supporters, this woman, this person is decided to make it happen this year. And then you go for it. So that is it. Strategy number two is the mentor. Number three, I was saying, is practice, practice, practice. Just as Jade is practicing her skills to go live on YouTube. Yes, practice, 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 practice listening to your recording. What are you seeing? Assess yourself, which is tough. I tell you, when you listen, just as a lot of people, when they do movies or when they write songs, in general, they don't enjoy listening to themselves. But you need to listen to see, oh, I could have sung with more power here. I think I need more softness, more emotion. You need to listen to be able to see what is good and what needs improvement. In general, people I work with, I would say, do you have kind of a practice routine? Just as the musician has weekly time where then you have some people even daily to practice their art. That's how you grow. For your MCC, make time for the practice. Build something in your routine. I'll record, I don't know, this many calls per week, listen, transcribe, assess them myself, pass them to my mentor for feedback. That's why I was saying partnering, actually partnering with your mentor, because you have your eyes go through it, you assess, and you have their eyes. And if you have also this peer, the community I was describing, they will also give their feedback. And this is like many eyes who will say, we see all the behavior. Yes, yes, yes. And it will be easier for you to choose, this is a good one that I can submit. The idea is to submit a recording that you and your support team, you have some confidence, a good level of confidence. It's a good recording. It can pass. It can be assessed, and people who assesses will say it's a passing recording. Um, it's not a guesswork. I'll tell you one story. My very first recording, well, it was at a time the way ICF would assess, there were some changes that were to happen before July 2022. And I'm like, oh, they were introducing the level 3 training. And I'm like, oh my God, not another training. I don't have another 10K to put on this. I almost have the hour. This were like a couple months when they announced that they will change things in July. Oh no, no, I want to pass this thing before they change, because sometimes we change new things you have to learn. So Judith approached that MCC thing like, okay, another exam. I better prepare and just go and pass the exam. It was very kind of intellectual. It was like when I was doing my MBA, I need to get it done. I need to finish with this. I need to finish with, and that was the posture I was approaching MCC with. Um, Not a bad approach, but here it's about behaviors, and I didn't stop before to, well, maybe before working with a mentor to check, okay, where am I even? Like, how much of this behavior is embodied in my coaching? Embody, I love that word because it's merged, shows. It's not kind of a checklist that you have to wait. When you come with a checklist mentality, you could be in trouble because the assessor will fill that checklist, and we're saying MCC is flow. And for it to flow, you need to have embodied it, press, I'm just here for the client. The client is the brilliant one. The client knows best. This is kind of a posture. You're not going there with a checklist. Okay, do I have the agreement right? Do if you're thinking about the agreement, you're not present, and they will feel it in the recording. So coming with that mindset of, oh, I need to just prepare, study, practice, do some recording here. Yeah, I heard what my mentor said. Yeah, I had all of that knowledge in my head, but it hadn't sunk into my daily. And this is where practice is golden. Practice, practice, guys, practice. If there's one thing you want to take away from today's webinar or time is, I want to get at MCC next year. When do I start the practice? When do I start to do the recording? And what process do I put in place to record, transcribe, listen, give to the mentor? Decide that and get it going. It may happen that you are already at that level, which will mean you don't need much. After one practice to recording, you may not need to do a lot, but you need to go through the process, listen to see that you embody the behaviors. Another, this gives me the opportunity to say, well, assessors, they're not wicked. But the thing is, evidence is the score. Evidence is your assessment. If they cannot show, if they cannot go in your recording and say, I see presence, look at this time code, what they say, this question, this embodies presence, this demonstrate active listening. If there's no evidence, I'm sorry, they cannot pass your recording. And that's why you also, in your practice, you will listen. When you listen, what do I see here? What comes up? Am I leading or the client leading? Is it clear what is this conversation about? And we know what the outcome and how to check the progress throughout the session. Is it clear that I'm listening not just to what the client is saying, but what you're feeling? What is not even said, the underbelly? I love very much the way Claire says it, Claire Pedrick. So really listen to what you have will help you be mindful on what to watch for. Another concrete example from my own case, I think I'm a quiet and calm person. But when I submitted that first recording, one of the key feedback I received, what is all this talk? You're polluting the canal. It got me mad. Really? You think I'm talking too much? Yes, Judith, you were talking too much, not leaving enough space for the client to come up with ideas if you're talking all the time. But when I received that feedback and I started listening, and then I will see here the client, oh, with my enthusiasm, wanting to, yeah, oh wow, cool, zip it, let them do the processing. So I started seeing by listening to my recording, and I noticed it was not a one-time thing, but I tend to be someone who wants to encourage, oh, go for it. Yes, but it's the time for the client. They are brilliant and they are capable. And as, oh, yeah, I say, oh, all this noise stops them from thinking. So he was right. I was talking too much, and I saw that by listening. Wow, you take too much space, Judith. Is this the type of coach you want? What is causing even that behavior? Well, I want to help. Yeah, sure. Are you really helping or are you prescribing? Oh, then I understood another feedback. Leading. The coach is leading too much, which was also part of that initial. Yes, yeah, let them figure out. I thought it was a good thing that I was doing. I tend to be great at summarizing, giving it back to the client, and maybe at the end, oh, we talked about this, you did. Yeah, I wanted to be helpful, but in doing that, I'm stealing from the client. They are the one to do the processing at MCC level. And me, in trying to help, it's like I don't trust the client to be able to summarize them, give it to them, and the insight they get by, okay, what did I actually get today? What did I learn about me? As you ask them the question, they do the summarizing, they get the insight, and they grow in the process. You are not like the super person who knows, who can summarize and tell them who they are, what they got. So pause, listen to your recording, and just honestly write down what you see, what is coming up for you, and just compare to the what we talked about minimum skills required. Is the client leading? Is it centered? Is it all about the client? Who decides when to move the conversation forward? These are some things that you will pick, and as you pick it, you will work with your mentor on strategy, how to change it. But at least you'll become aware. When I became aware that I talk too much, I wrote a post-it like this. I'm a post-it girl. So I wrote something like this: really don't pollute the canal, and I put it in front. And the next weeks, when I was coaching, it was already different. There was more space. But it happened because I listened and I noticed, for the last two, three recording, you're polluting the canal. Silence. Shh. Then I applied and it helped. So I don't want to be too much repetitive. Step number one, date. Step number two, your mentor. Step number three, practice mentor and supportive. I like to say your fan group, your fan club. Those who are supporting, go, go, go for this MCC. Who are there? Step number two, choose them, let them know, tell them about your intention, tell them about the time they'll be behind you. Go, 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 go. They've made a difference for me. If you are watching this lady MCC prep group from Better Up, you know I wouldn't have passed that thing before, if not for you, because many times I'm like, maybe I'm a coach, but not a masterful kind of coach, because I was afraid again to be told not good. And many times I wanted to give up. But hey, go Judith, what if they said yes? Particularly, I want to thank you, Amy K. I don't know if you already have your results from the MCC application, but I really want to say thank you because that, you know, after that meeting, you sent me the message. What if this time I had just one recording remaining, and I was hesitating. I was afraid of another no. And she was like, what if they said yes? Yeah, what if? And it got me the courage. I'm telling the story to say supportive, the fan club, mentor and fan club. It could be the kids, it could be people around you. Oh, you're good. I remember at some point my second daughter was like, Mom, you're great. Go for it. Don't give up. Just go for it. We see your envy, we see your practice, we see that you really want. Like every time I come in your office, I see 7 recordings, and go for it. Don't do you want to give up after all this work? And it's great to have people like that supporting you. Your support group makes a difference. Now, date, mentor, support group, practice, practice is the way to go. Practice, practice, practice. Get the feedback from mentor and support or peers or people at the level who can give meaningful feedback, and then integrate that feedback in your next coaching and recording, and then you rinse and repeat. This is how, in the process, you will be surprised how your coaching will change, um, because you will be aware of things you do well, of things that need improvement. You integrate that in your recording, and with time, you will notice that. Hmm, I'm getting more and more close to those minimum skills required. It's also good. The final thing that will decide you when you think it's a great recording and you have evidence. I told you evidence is your assessment, not how you feel. You could feel this one, there was a lot of connection here. We need to see the evidence in the recording and in the transcript. So if you have that recording that feels good, you have the evidence, mentor says it's good, they have their pointers of evidence, PSA is good, there's evidence, and you're comfortable submitting, go for it. Just go for it. Go for it. You may get the email that your recordings have been accepted, which means, yay, you got it. Because after the recording is passing the credential exam, which is what I will cover quickly before we end the live today. The recordings, um, essentially the exam, the exam, not the recording. Really seems like you're distracted because you looked at the time and you noticed that, oh, it's very soon time to stop. So the recording, not the recording again. Why am I going back to recording? Anyways, if I remember something else to be said about recording, I'll come back here or do another video and post it. You guys know I'm building my muscles to be good at YouTube. Yeah, the performance, the credential exam, it's a bit different than what we had before. It's not multiple choice question. It is, but the questions are real cases, coaching cases. That's why the time for the exam is longer. So the good thing is you can prepare and even pass that exam before you finish with the recording. And did you know that you could even work on your recording before the hours? You can. When you go on the website, apply, when you click apply, it will unlock places and step by step. So first they will ask you um, um, about the training, if you have the hours, if you are PCC, well, they know if you're PCC. ICF is easy for them to check. If you're PCC, they'll ask you about the hours, and then you'll be asked put to upload your performance evaluation, and you have the opportunity to put them there. And it is only, even if the hours are not completed, you can put them there and they will assess your performance evaluation. And if they see that you already are demonstrating the MCC level coaching when you have the hours and pass the exam, you'll receive the wonderful letter, the email that says, "Oh, you've been approved for MCC." It's such a wonderful email to receive, and it'll be so cool to have you receive that next year. I think it's possible. Around me, I'm seeing more and more people get it in our MCC prep group. There are already like 5 people who passed it. So if you're a better off coach and you're watching this, come into the group. You will find great people in the same journey like you, either who are still preparing or who have gone through like me and willing to help, and even people who are like going, preparing, and want to make it happen in 2025. So join us and let's continue to do it together. If you are not part of the Better Up community, hey, this is also one reason why I want to be on YouTube, why I want to teach on YouTube, why I want to be good, better, and really own my skills in life like this, because I would want starting January to have weekly. That's the ideal. Now, can I afford weekly? Maybe, maybe not. Weekly time where we stop like this for an hour to discuss on one topic. How does presence sound at MCC level? We'll come and talk about that, but also open the door questions, because people feel, oh, what does that exactly mean? How do you assess? How do you know? How do you? And it is more for this interaction that I want to do these live videos, because When you just watch a video, you learn something, information is pushed, learning or strategies, tips are pushed at you. But sometimes you maybe you have a question, there's something is not clear, and well, you can go and ask in comment. Life like this, we can actually discuss the case, we can actually talk about it. And it is why I want to become good at life, because we will engage directly, your questions will be answered, and directly you have some concrete things you can go and act on. You also know that I'm big on action. It's not just about talk. What are you doing with all the things you're hearing? So this is my desire. If there's anything you would want to hear, anything that could help you really prepare, go for that MCC in 2025, type it below in a comment. It'll be a joy to really help you contribute to help you get that MCC credential. What a joy one day or next year, I don't know, couple months, to see below this video or the other ones that we will do. Judith, I got it. I'll come and celebrate with you. It's a desire of my heart. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask them. How you can crush your MCC next year, how you can get a date, get a mentor, and build your fan team. Number two, mentor and fan team. Number three, practice, practice, practice. Find people to practice with. It could be your client. A lot of them will be more than willing. You just need to tell them about the confidentiality of the discussion and have their yes, telling them that you may use the recording for mentoring to grow and develop your skills. A lot of them will be willing to help because they're appreciative of the awesome coach that you are. So if you have trouble finding practice client, email me. Email me. We will find you practice clients. So practice, 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 and then assess. When you have that recording, what do you see? Do you see all the MCC behavior, most of them demonstrated? If yes, get it along to your mentor or to other, your peer, your community, those who are in the journey with you. And from the feedback, integrate in the next. And as you continue to do that, you may be surprised how soon you have a good recording that you would be able to submit and get the email saying you got it. It's my desire for you. If there's anything I can do to help you in that journey, I'll be more than willing to help. I will stop here to be respectful of your time. It's been a real pleasure. And as we are talking MCC, if you have other coaching questions that you have, you may check the playlist on ICF coaching. And if you've checked the playlist and still you don't have your question answered, ask me the specific question. If needed, I'll do a specific video just for you. Until next time, take care, be good, and continue to change lives with your coaching. Take care.